All right, another live look now at the White House, where Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt just wrapped up a briefing there. CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro was listening into all of that. Aaron, we heard Karoline Leavitt mention the trade war between China and the U.S., and our CBS News Confirmed team reported that tensions between the two countries could be de-escalating. What did she say about it?
Yeah, well, what we've heard from Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt largely is that there are more proposals on paper from other countries, 18 in total, for potential trade deals with the U.S. Said that the U.S. economic officials are going to be meeting with 34 countries this week. But of course, China remains a crucial part, not just to our economy, but the general reciprocal quote unquote tariff that President Trump instituted in April. Take a listen to what Secretary Leavitt said when asked about where things stand between the U.S. and China in terms of a trade deal.
Actually do have something to share on that. I asked the president about this before coming out here, and he wanted me to share with all of you that we're doing very well in respect to a potential trade deal with China. As I mentioned, there have now been 18 proposals in more than 100 countries around the world who are wanting to make a deal with the United States of America, and the president and the administration are setting the stage for a deal with China. So we feel everyone involved wants to see a trade deal happen, and the ball is moving in the right direction. Sure.
Setting the stage for a deal with China, what does that mean? Has the president spoken directly with Xi yet?
I don't have anything to read out on a direct talk between the president and President Xi, but we will continue to keep you updated.
And Secretary Bessent reportedly today told investors that this trade standoff with China he expects will be de-escalating soon because, as he described it, reportedly the situation is unsustainable. Is the president considering taking steps to de-escalate the situation with China?
Again, I just read you words directly from the President of the United States. Those are moments ago. That's where his head is at right now.
So you heard Secretary Leavitt not necessarily adding much to that story in regards to Bessent, but our colleague Richard Escobedo heard from a source in the room where the Treasury Secretary was speaking to investors in a summit in D.C. That Bessent shared that the negotiations with China just have not started yet. They still voiced optimism a deal is possible, but at this moment, no movement currently, while Bessent also shared, as you heard in that clip, concerns that the standoff between the U.S. and China in regards to trade is, quote, unsustainable.
Yeah, and Aaron, we understand that Karoline Leavitt also commented on the ongoing tension between Trump and Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. What did she say?
Yeah, just some context there. On April 17, President Trump said that Fed Chair Jerome Powell's termination, quote, cannot come fast enough. We also heard from National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett, who said the Trump administration is looking into whether firing Jerome Powell is an option. Take a listen to what she said about the president and his feelings towards the Fed chair.
The president has made his position on the Fed and on Powell quite clear. The president believes that they have been making moves and taking action in the name of politics rather in the name of what's right for the American economy. The president has the right to express his displeasure with the Fed, and he has the right to say he believes interest rates should be lower. He believes Americans should be able to borrow money cheaper than they currently are right now. And I also spoke to Kevin Hassett about the Fed as well, and he has called into question the Fed's independence and whether they are actually doing things, again, out of the best interest of the economy, or are they doing it for partisan reasons. The president wants to see interest rates lower. He has made that quite clear.
Now, it's been a steady drumbeat in recent days from President Trump calling for Jerome Powell to lower the interest rates. You heard him say that yesterday on a post on Truth Social. Legally, the Supreme Court decision said that board members of independent federal agencies, such as the Federal Reserve, can only be forced out before their terms expire, quote, for cause. Powell's term expires around 2028. So certainly that's why you're hearing the White House saying they're looking into it, but not necessarily saying that they will act on it right away.
May not be possible. All right, Aaron Navarro, thank you so much for that.